This video is specific to 3-5 human design projectors. I myself am a 3-5 human design projector. So it's quite specific. Out of the whole population, 20% of people are projectors. And then out of those 20%, about 15% of us have the profile 3-5. So if there's 100 people in a room, therefore roughly about 3 in every 100 is going to be a 3-5 human design projector. So that's you, that's me, and one other in a room of 100. So it's very specific. I'm excited for this video to go through what the 3-5 profile may look like as a human design projector. And it's perfect because 3-5s are here to go through life, experience life, and then teach from that place. So me being a 3-5 human design projector, it enables me to offer some valuable things to other 3-5 human design projectors, as I've been on my deconditioning journey for some years now. Now, this profile is known to be somewhat challenging. So that's why I'm slowing down a little bit, because the 3-5 human design projector can be at times a little heightened, can be at times wanting to move from one thing to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing, to find the answer. But it's really about the journey for the 3-5. So that's why I'm specifically slowing down a little bit. Firstly, what is a projector? Very briefly, projectors, 20% of the population roughly, we are here to guide our environment. We are here to guide those within our environment when the invitational recognition is there. So ultimately, we are here to support creation, whether that is God or Source or the Creator, the blueprint, intelligence, however you refer to it as. We're here to be a vessel for this intelligence to move through us into this reality, to guide those in this reality, to actually more take the action of doing. So in that, we're gifted a heightened level of sensitivity within our environment. This can be challenging growing up in this world because people maybe, pretty much everyone wouldn't have known that we are projectors, how to support that sensitivity. But that sensitivity is a gift, so we can sense deeply and attune into our environment to then guide those within the environment at the right time. So now let's blend that with the profile. So the profile is, in this specific example, is 3-5. Now, the 3 is taken from the conscious position of the sun and the earth in your human design body graph. And then the 5 is going to be in the unconscious sun and earth or design part of your body graph. So for me, my conscious sun, so if you're looking at your human design chart, the very top right number or gate for me is 57. So 57.3. And then the very top gate on the left side, which is the design sun, is 53.5. So the 0.3, 0.5, beginning with the right side, the conscious, moving to the left side, gives us the profile 3-5, which gives us a huge element and frequency that our projector nature, that our gates, that our channels move through this profile. And Specifically, a profile is how you interact with the world. So it gives a lot of uniqueness and depth into our human design chart and energy, specifically as a projector. So, seeing as though this video is specific to 3-5 human design projectors, let's talk about line 3 very briefly. Line 3 is the martyr. So we learn through trial and error. Now, we learn through mistakes. We can learn through challenge. So we'll often have quite a resilient nature because we'll be tripping over quite a lot. And this is why it's said that the 3-5 profile can be a difficult profile if you don't have that resilience, if you're not open to failure, because failure is actually how we learn wisdom, how we embody wisdom. For example, line 1. Line 1 is a bit more intellectual. It's a little bit more studying. Line 3 is more embodied. So we're here to learn through experience, and learning through experience often means that we need to try a lot of things, and some of these things potentially won't work. But then we learn from that experience. And then ultimately we get a lot of wisdom within our body. So we carry a lot of wisdom within us. And then the line 5 comes in. The line 5 is the heretic. And this line wants to project. It wants to guide. It wants to teach. So ultimately we're here to embody wisdom through our experience, through our direct experience with interacting with life, and then teach and guide others from that embodied place. So I hope that is starting to make sense. And as I said, only 3 in every 100 on average people are going to be 3-5 human design projectors. So it's very specific. It's very unique. So as a 3-5 human design projector, often a journey that we will take is to be drawn to things that maybe we're not so good at, or maybe we're wanting to improve, or wanting to learn, or wanting to master. So we're actually drawn to things that we might struggle with, we might have challenge with. The trial and error, the line 3. And we go on a journey to get to a place of ultimate mastery, of ultimate wisdom in this area. So then we can guide and teach from our experience of what worked and what didn't work. Because if you go from an experience of really struggling with something in your life to then having that something that you originally struggled with be an absolute gift, a piece of wisdom, a piece of mastery, of expertise, that is a big journey to go on, and people feel the wisdom and embodiment in that. And then the line 5 comes in and wants to share about that and wants to teach. And when the invitations and recognition are there, you're being asked to do that, to share your wisdom of experience and embodiment of the journey. To give you an example of something in my life that this profile has directly guided me into would be emotional intelligence. So this is something that I really struggled with. I didn't really know what an emotion was up until I was probably 18 years old. My education was very mind-based driven. It was a lot about pushing, about success. And yet I knew something was lacking. And then over the many, many years since then, I've been on a big journey of emotional depth, of emotional attunement, of emotional sensitivity, and tracking my inner world and working deep with these emotional patterns that come through childhood, that come through pregnancy, that come through ancestrally, passed down from generation to generation. And these karmic imprints through the emotional system that show up is a way to really deepen our experience of life and have our soul or our being rest into this reality in a much more full and open and in integrity way. So this is a journey that I've been on and I'm continually are on. And this is something that I support people with because I've gone from point A to point B and I've learned a lot along the way. So these are things that I share about in the Projector movement and in the certain trainings and these things. Before I share about a lesson and what can be offered to 3-5 human design projectors, is if you are interested, we've created a specific offering for human design 3-5 projectors that goes in depth as to the patterns that show up in the life of a 3-5 projector and what to do about that, and specific exercises and embodiment practices that can have you move into more alignment, more success, more fulfillment ultimately as a 3-5 human design projector. So if you're interested in that, you can click the link below and check out that offering there. Now the lesson for a 3-5 human design projector is to slow down, because life is going to have us bumping up against many things, falling down many times. So the impulse is to try and rush over these experiences, to skip these experiences, to not have to fall over, and quickly, if I move fast enough, if I study quickly, I'll be able to skip all these things. And it doesn't work like that, because as I said, 3-5 projectors are here to embody deep levels of wisdom, which fortunately or unfortunately for some, that takes time. So slow things down. Share about things that you learn after you've embodied them within yourself, after you have gained deep personal insight that's come up from your own being, not from reading something briefly and then going about sharing it. This people will feel from a 3-5 projector, and you will trip over and it won't fully be received because it's not embodied wisdom at this stage. So slow things right down. Get out and experience life. Don't be afraid to trip over. See failures as ultimate successes. Because every experience we have as a 3-5 projector, there is so much gold and opportunity for lessons to be discovered, for wisdom to open and flower within our life, within our being, within our experience. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you've got any questions, leave it below. Subscribe for more projector videos. And once again, if you want to go a lot deeper into this profile specifically for projectors, click the link below and hopefully I see you there. Okay, bye for now.